What if I told you that everything that you desire really does want you back? Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Lorena. I'm a self-concept coach and mentor, and I support you in changing your state of being sustainably, comprehensively, and holistically, changing your self-concept, stepping into a new version of yourself, rebirthing yourself into your future self now, so that you can create, design, and manifest all of the things that your heart so deeply desires and deserves. I upload videos every week, so make sure you're subscribed. Click the little button below. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave a comment as well so I can feel your energy, so I know that you're here, that you're watching. And if this video really serves you and benefits you, I would also love it if you shared it with a friend or with your audience if you have one. No pressure, but all of these things, every tiny bit of engagement really helps me get the message out there. It helps more people to transform, to shift, to change, and to manifest what they want. So that's the best support that you can give me. Also, if you desire personal support, if you'd like to be coached by me, then I invite you to check out my coaching program in the description box below. It's called Recreate Yourself, and it's a transformative journey that will radically alter your reality, the way you see yourself, and you will step into a completely new version of yourself, change deep-rooted beliefs, and create and step into a completely new self-concept so that you can make your dreams a physical reality. So what we're talking about today is the fact that everything that you desire really does want you back. This often sounds like a bit of a cheesy idea, but it's really, really true. We're so often plagued with doubt, with self-doubt, with doubt in that the things that we want for our future can come true. But truly, your desires are here for a reason, and I'm going to explore this with you in detail in this video. Before I get into this, I want to share a bit of a personal anecdote with you because this happened to me this morning, and I had already planned to film this video, and it was just such a fitting reminder. So this morning I woke up and I have a pretty solid morning practice, a pretty solid morning routine, a longer spiritual practice. Before I look at my phone, before I do anything else, I go into my spiritual practice. That can include yoga, it can include breath work, it can include movement, it can include meditation. And this morning it included dream work. So I was reflecting on my dreams, journaling on my dreams. I use a lot of dream work in my personal life. I have a video on this as well with a lucid dreaming and living coach who is a real expert on this and who has worked together with me in my coaching program Recreate Yourself, who has provided a masterclass, a very powerful masterclass in the program itself. And I've been diving into my own dreams because your dreams are a great reflection of your subconscious. And the dream that I had last night included a vision that I had of my inner child. I also have a video about inner child healing if you want to learn more about this. It's a short summary, but it is one nonetheless. And I had a vision of my inner child hugging this soft toy and looking really, really sad. And I started speaking to her. You know, I asked her what was going on and if I could help her. And she said to me, "I'm happy and I know I'm loved and I'm okay, but I never get what I want. Everything that I've wanted, I've only gotten a bit closer, or I've gotten something similar. I've never really truly gotten the thing that I actually want, and it makes me so sad." And I sat with this dream for a while and I realized that that had been a pattern throughout my life. I've had a pretty good life. I've had a pretty good childhood as well. We all have things we deal with. I had my own unworthiness issues to integrate. But overall, I've had a pretty good childhood. My parents loved me. My parents supported me in everything I wanted to do. I had good friends. I had a good education. I got to do the things I wanted to do. Yet, I always felt a bit unfulfilled. And it was primarily because there was something that my heart was yearning for. Well, multiple things actually, that I didn't quite get. I only got things that were similar or like close to it. And it made me feel guilty because I wasn't really grateful for what I had because there was more that I wanted. And I'm sharing this with you because I thought it was really fitting for the video topic today, because you're allowed to want more. And by now, I've actually made a lot more happen. The things that I have in my life now, the things that I'm experiencing now, the relationships that I have, the business that I have, the home I have, everything I have now were things I didn't only dream of in the past, I didn't even know they were an option. So I have completely moved out of this energy of disappointment and frustration and never enough, and really moved into an energy of abundance and gratitude and expansion, because I stopped settling. I stopped accepting crumbs in my relationships, in my life, with my desires, and I really started dreaming big. And you can only do that, really, if you know and believe that every little seed of desire that you have in your heart is for you and actually wants you back. So let's talk a little bit about desire. What do you think desire is, and where do you think it comes from? If you have an idea, leave it in the comments. I would love to see what you think and what you feel. In many traditions, desire is seen as something negative. For example, in Buddhism, they say that desire leads to craving, and craving leads to attachment, and attachment leads to suffering, which is true. Attachment will lead to suffering. If you've ever been obsessive about something, attached to something, it creates so much pressure. It creates such a need for control from your ego that you're kind of keeping yourself in a loop of suffering, because it's all you can think about and you have no control, no direct control over making it happen. You only have control over your state of being. And your state of being is not in alignment if you're in a place of attachment and chasing and wanting and holding on, grasping so deeply. So it's true, attachment leads to suffering. But I do disagree with the idea that desire necessarily needs to lead to suffering and that desire needs to lead to attachment at all. Because really, to me, a desire is a gift from God. It's a gift from the divine. It's a whisper from the divine that is planted, a little seed that is planted in your heart that says, this is what you're supposed to experience here in this lifetime. This is what you're supposed to make manifest for yourself in this lifetime. We are here on this planet in these bodies to experience things. A desire is not here to torture you. It might teach you a lesson, but it's not here to torture you. If you have a desire, it's because you're here to experience that. And it's on you to make that manifest, to bring that experience to life. You don't desire something if you can't create it. Now it's on you whether you listen to this whisper of your soul and make it happen, or whether you let the self-doubt win, let other people's voices win, and settle for less than what you actually want. Many, many people hear these whispers of desire, these whispers in their soul, but they don't take action on these desires. Why? There are several reasons for it, but I'm gonna list out a few. One is fear of failure. What if it doesn't work? If it doesn't work, what does that mean about me? Can I handle the pain that comes with failure and disappointment? Many people don't want to handle that pain. The second is fear of judgment, or fear of what other people think. As humans, we have an innate need in ourselves to belong. We want to be loved by others, we want to be seen by others, we want to be accepted by others. So the idea that other people could not like how you show up or could not like who you are is very threatening. And often it's not worth the risk. So they settle for less than what they actually want. They might even serve somebody else's desire. You see this a lot when children start, or teenagers start tapping into a career that they don't actually want because their parents said so. They're then not listening to what they actually want. They might not even know what they actually want because they don't want to disappoint the people close to them. They don't want to be alienated from them. They want to be loved. They want to be accepted. So they'd rather settle for less than what they want rather than lose that love. I say love, not because it means that you're not loved. If you do that, I'm sure your parents still love you, even if they have different expectations on you than what you want. But it's a version of you that isn't really accurate, right? If you are settling for less than what you want. The third reason might surprise you, it's laziness. People don't like to talk about this, but if you have a big desire, not something small, not manifesting, seeing a blue butterfly, but actually something that's a big vision, like an epic love story, or an abundant, wealthy business, or traveling the world, something that's big, it's going to be hard. Again, people don't like talking about this because people like quick fixes. People like an easy way out. They don't want to think about things possibly being challenging. Now, if you have a big vision, it's going to be challenging. I'm not saying it has to be painful. I'm not saying it's only obstacles and it's only going to be really hard, but there are going to be things on the way that you'll have to deal with, either circumstantially or emotionally, because you will need to look at your deepest issues, at your deepest beliefs. You will need to look at your subconscious if you want to create big change. If you've only had unhealthy relationships in the past and you want an epic love, you will need to heal all these patterns. You will need to look at all these patterns and confront them. If you want an abundant, thriving business, it takes work and it will bring you up against all your shit. I speak from experience here. I love my business. I love every part of this journey, but it's not all been easy. And it's great that it's not all been easy. That makes it more rewarding. And I learned a lot about myself and what I want through this. Same in my relationships. It's not all been easy, but they are so amazing now because I really stepped into my authenticity, because I learned how to do the hard stuff, because I learned how to set boundaries even when it was uncomfortable, because I learned how to ask for what I want. Anything that you want that is big will take work, and you will need to look at your beliefs and your internal stuff and your subconscious. That takes effort and time and persistence. You can't be lazy if you want that. You will need to want it enough to put in the work. And the fourth point is that you don't believe it's possible. Why put in effort if you don't think it's going to happen, right? This is kind of what I want to eliminate for you with this video, at least, because it is possible. You wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't possible. So I'm going to give you some action points today, because many people, when they have a desire, they are waiting for that desire to come to them. They are sitting around, visualizing, imagining, saying affirmations, and they are waiting for it to just show up. They are waiting for the opportunity to just present itself. And I'm not saying it's impossible. The more you surrender, the more you trust, and the more certain you are that what you want is for you and it's gonna happen and it is done, the more opportunities will naturally open up for you. So I'm not negating that, but I want to give you a different perspective, because you are not waiting for your desires. Your desires are waiting for you. Your desires are waiting for you to become the version of you that already has them, that already experiences them, that already lives in that reality and acts from that reality. Your desires are waiting for you to change your behavior and to take powerful actions. So, given that your desires are waiting for you, what actions are you taking to show your desires that you are ready? And I'll tell you what to do. Firstly, fully claim the desire. Drop the fear of failure, drop the fear of judgment, get into your subconscious and eliminate all these sticky beliefs about it's not possible, you're not enough, all these fears about failing, feeling disappointment, all of that stuff, all of these versions of yourself that aren't aligned with that desire. Get in your subconscious and transmute it all. And this is the work that we're doing in Recreate Yourself. We're going to bring your shadows to the light. We're going to make the unconscious conscious so that you can shift these deep-rooted patterns and beliefs and versions of yourself and become somebody new and claim this desire or these desires without fear, because there is no failure, there is no disappointment, and there is no doubt. And what goes hand in hand with this is also getting a clear vision, getting complete clarity on your vision. This is also something that I do with my clients in Recreate Yourself. It's one of the first steps. The first phase of my coaching container is to create clarity on your state, on your reactions, on your circumstances, on your whole experience, and on your vision for the future. Without a clear vision for your future, how do you want to make it happen? How do you want to claim it? How do you want to live in the end of it? The second thing for you to do is to prepare your nervous system. This is also something that I do with my clients. It's in the surrender phase of the program, because surrender is so important. And surrender is not just an attitude of mind. It's not just accepting how things are and trusting in the process. It's part of it. It definitely is. But it's a felt experience. It's a readiness to receive. A big exhale that you will be feeling when you do this work. So the nervous system work that I like to do with my clients is not just to regulate the nervous system, which is also important, especially if you deal with fear and anxiety. It's important to learn how to bring that to a level so you can relax, so that you're more easily able to surrender. But it's also about expanding the nervous system to hold more of your desires, to be able to deal with more discomfort. So that's what we're going to do as well, because it's only when you're able to hold both realities, when you are able to hold the desire, the reality that you want, and the flip side of it, and the difficult emotions that that may bring, that your nervous system is ready to receive it all and to hold it all, and that you are showing your desire, I'm ready for you, I'm ready to receive you now. Because if your nervous system isn't prepared for the new reality, you will not receive it. And the third thing to do is to take the action that you need to take. What is the action that she would take? It's not about just imagining what that person is like and trying to feel into it. Actually act from that place. And I'll give you an example for this. I recently had a discovery call with a potential new coach. So I also constantly receive coaching and mentorship from people who have achieved what I want. This coach charges $30,000 for her coaching container. I was not ready to invest that. I wasn't. But I still jumped on a call with her. Why did I do that if I knew I wasn't financially able to invest that money yet? I did that because my future self is ready to invest $30,000 in a coaching container. So I went on a discovery call with her to get into that embodiment and to show my subconscious that this is what I am ready to move towards. That I am a woman who finds it normal to invest $30,000 into herself. I wanted to normalize that for my subconscious. So that's why I did it. Was it scary? Yeah. Did I end up signing up for coaching with her? No. But I will. That time will come. And I took the first step from that version of myself who would invest $30,000 into herself. This is also why my clients, when they sign up to Recreate Yourself, the investment itself brings them closer to their new self concept before they even start coaching with me. Because this is a message to their subconscious to say, I am ready, I am doing this, we are creating change. And this is also why when somebody isn't quite ready, but wants to be more ready, I invite them to send in their application to my program anyway. Even if they think it's not the right time, I tend to invite people if it's the right fit, if this is the right person, because Recreate Yourself is for a very specific type of person as well. It's not just for anyone. Then I invite them to apply anyway. And we get on a call together, and sometimes they figure out, actually, I am ready now, and I'm going to go ahead with this. Other times, they are not ready, and they say no, and both are beautiful. but they take the action, they get into that embodiment. And this is what I did as well. Being in your state of being is not just about pretending, it's not just about thinking about it, it's about actually taking the action that your future self would take, that would be normal for that version of yourself. Take a leap of faith that brings you closer to your desire. For example, when I went all in on my business, I actually ended up declining a job offer that I had, and that job offer was good money. It was good money. I knew it would be more money than I would likely make in my business in the beginning. I didn't even know if my business would be successful. I had no idea. How would I know? But I declined that job because I knew it wouldn't fulfill me, and I wanted to tell my subconscious, this is what we're doing. We're going all in on this business because that's where our passion lies. Or another example is, I used to live in London and I really disliked it and I wanted to move to Edinburgh. I didn't have a job here, I didn't have a place to stay here, and I'm not from this country, so I didn't know if it would work out at all or if I would have to go back home, which I really didn't want to do. But I also didn't want to stay in London, so I quit my job. I decided I'm gonna move to Edinburgh, even if I was gonna be homeless, even if I had to ask people for money, even if I had to work as a waitress for the next 10 years. I did not care because I needed to take a decision that would bring me closer to my goals, to my desires, which meant I couldn't stay where I was. Another example is when I first started my business, I invested in a coaching program for myself because I was going through something and I knew I needed support. I did not have the money for this. I didn't have a secure income. I didn't know if I would be able to make that money back because my business was a baby by this point. I didn't have a single paying client. I didn't know if it was going to work out, but I knew I needed to tell my subconscious, I am ready to transform myself and I am investing in this. I am putting something at stake here and I am acting from the version of me who has already achieved it. Because my future self would not stay where she is. She would not stay small. She would take action to move forward. Did I know for sure all of these things would turn out to be successful? No, I took a leap of faith here. I didn't know I might have failed. I could have failed. With everything I now want, I could still fail. But this is not how I operate. I'm not operating from a place of what if I fail. I'm operating from a place of what if I win? What if it all works out? Because I know that my desires are just waiting for me to step into them. I'm not waiting on my desires to just poof, pop up somewhere. I am making them happen because I know they are waiting for me, they are meant for me, they are in my heart and in my soul because I am supposed to experience them. So know that if you have a desire, it is done. And act from that place. Don't wait for anything to change. Don't chase it. Don't seek it. Just take the steps that you need to take. Take the steps that your future self would take and make it happen. Your desires are waiting for you and your desires want you back. But it's on you to move towards them. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to like it, subscribe, and leave me a comment. And if you want personal support, I invite you to apply to my coaching program, Recreate Yourself. It runs about 3 times a year, and I would love to serve you in it. If this is something that calls you, if you want to change your self-concept radically, step into a new version of yourself and make your wildest dreams a physical reality, then this is for you. It's linked in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next video.